Well, it's morning time. I'm up. And one really weird thing is how Trump uses his Twitter to bully people. And I have to admit, I've listened to the Morning Joe, but one ear. Um, and um, I don't see why he Trump is not busy being president with a problem we have with North Korea, the problem he started with Mexico, with the wall, because it is a sort of a very rude, disrespectful, and just like a really shitty thing for a person to say they're going to make somebody else pay for something that they want. You know, um, talking about shitty people. Uh, Today, my friend got a blood clog in her lung, and one of the ambulance guys, like, he looked at me, he's talking about for her to hear that he don't like me. I'm thinking, and then we don't know what's wrong with her. I was thinking she had a heat, having a heat stroke or something. I don't know. I know she was complaining about having some type of gas problem, like she was feeling like it was gas, and I had gave her some baking soda, and then she was still in pain, so I found some Tums, and I'm like, these will probably work better than that bacon. I don't know. Nothing worked. She got sicker, but we do have a problem with hateful people like Trump, and we have very hateful people in Memphis. Um, very ignorant. Um, you know, and and you don't have to do nothing to them. Is that a lot of them between the age of 0 and 8, um, they got whooped. Instead of like, cause like you're an empty book. You don't know anything except for what your parents know. So if all your parents know is to hit you, like their favorite thing is like, oh, he's so bad, my kid's so bad. And the other day I was like, kids were sort of cute. I was like, oh no, he's not bad. There ain't nothing bad about them. They're good, you know. But anyway, like to me, we got the same mentality. Like I got to deal with like a Trump type of mentality here, but I know what's wrong with them, and th- my friend Pam that went to the hospital, um, uh, and she's having a real hard time. Before that, um, um, but I hope she's all right. I'll find out today. I was supposed to go and walk up to her husband's slash real boyfriend, but they live together like husband and wife. As far as I'm concerned, I always call him her husband. I can't remember his name. Anyway, and um, at 6 when he got up off from work, but I was on my way to sleep, and I don't know what time I fell asleep, but I fell asleep. I woke up here something like quarter till 3, and like today's a big day. The AC comes and gets service. I should have been had a service, but anyway, it's not that easy, since a lot of people like they're good Christian here, so they judge you and like, oh yeah, she ain't gonna pay, you know. Anyway, it's a friend of mine's son. He works for an AC company, air conditioning heating company. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I know by the time they get here at 10 o'clock, I'll be ready for a nap. That's the only problem. But anyway, and like yesterday, with listening to like different news agencies on Trump's tweet, I, I was just and my friend, going to the hospital, I was just like, ugh, not really in the mood to like really straighten up. I need to pick up stuff and so make it not look so bad, but. I'll do that while they're here. But I'm very disturbed over Trump's type of tweeting, because he is not doing presidential stuff. And then you have Steve Manor. He's all pissed off because he's supposed to be help pick their cabinets, and he's talking about the Democrats or somebody, Republicans, or somebody's interfering with him doing his job. You know, um, I think they used to get other people to do the dirty work, and but and if they can't hire nobody, that's strange, because a lot of people want to work in the White House, and well, not with the Trump administration. I can understand that, unless you're already involved with a conclusion with the Russians, or you're already of the mind that you can make money off the information that you get out of the White House, or you get out of the FBI, or you get out of any of the other departments of our government, by selling it to Russia or China, you know, and they don't want to act like they're treason, or that they're uh. But anyway, Russia got them really good, because if any of them was up in one of those Russian hotels, and they always use two prostitutes. That way, I guess the girls could cover their ass. And the men's excited. Oh, I get two women, Oh, well, yeah, lesbian, love, You know what I'm saying? It don't take much to get these guys excited. I heard about this one guy getting excited watching his dogs mate. And not sexy, but whatever. Our men have went so low, that they eat the shit out of people's ass, and wonder why they have hepatitis C. And you can get a hepatitis from that, and it's not smart. So dish your ass out. if if you're gonna allow someone to do that, be nice. Be mindful. Now, anyway, it's really disturbing. It's almost depressingly humiliating to have the president as we do Trump. Um, eh, this is the best the Republican and the white supremacists have, is this Trump, because he has a bunch of white supremacists that are going around Heil Hitler and shit like that. They'd be the first person. They'd be the first people that um that if they was back in the German time, the first one, the German soldiers would have put a bullet to their head. And I think that exactly, I don't know. It's probably exactly what Putin is planning to do with maybe a few of Trump's friends or whatnot. Um, is to probably, if he doesn't need them anymore, or I don't know, Putin has a really weird way of handling, situations, um, really messed up ways, because once you discredit somebody, and I don't know, I don't see why they have to do as much killing, but Putin doesn't mind that. And if you could, if you think it's okay to use women, you know, uh, 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 and have them having sex with individuals, so you could film them, so you could show everybody how nasty these Russians are in their sexual activities, and how humiliating it's gonna look if it gets out. So it lets you know a lot about how they do their politics, and they film and they tape everything, and if it's at their benefits, I believe that Russia will let it out. But see, the thing is, they were trying. It's just like they tried so hard to find some stuff on Obama. You know, it's just like me. You can look for stuff on me. You probably, you could write a book, 10,000 page long on fucked up shit I did. But my problem is I can beat you to the punch. You ask me, I'm like, yeah, I sure did do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not rich. But if I was rich and somebody asked me, I'm like, yeah, I did that and I liked it. Or yeah, I did it and I didn't like it. Or yeah, I did it and I'll do it again. You know? Like if Trump was up in some Moscow hotel having prostitutes pee all over the goddamn place with nasty as shit sounding, and like it shows you what type of respect they have for the people that come after them, let alone because like if Obama and Michelle Obama had slept in that bed, the key word to that is had, which is past tense. So, they filmed him doing this, peeing on the bed and acting out like that and everything. So he don't have any respect, and for him to go and do it, for him to tweet, there's in like that part of the world, like Russia and some of those places, they do make fun of women because they have to bleed every month. You know. Make fun of women for whatever, belittle women for whatever. You gotta keep women. You gotta belittle them, and you gotta in the sex industry, they think they have to be really cruel to these women to make them do right. So, we'll see. We'll see how long this president lasts. They're talking about that his bullying is not an impeachable act, but him using the Russia to interfere with the presidency to make sure that he wins, that type of stuff. That is what's gonna get him. Is that he has no loyalty to the United States. He doesn't have any loyalty to the Constitution. I think that we could already prove that he violated his oath that he took on inauguration day. And I think we could already prove that. And but you can't really get someone like him to know when to fold, when to admit to something, when to be humble, or when to listen. And he's talking about, like Trump talking about, oh yeah, and his wife, yeah, well, you attack us, we're gonna hit back 10 times harder. Why don't you say that to fucking Russia about interfering with the United States election? And stop violating our security. It's not Muslims that we're freaking worried about. I promise you that. I ain't trying to make light of terrorists, but they'll be in one isolated little area, and Trump is supposed to be the leader of the free world, and he can't even lead his ass to common sense. It's ridiculous that we have some type of such an embarrassing, humiliating, disrespectful, no class, and very rude, disrespectful, and such a narcissistic, and I think that's the way the Republican Party gets where them and Trump are on the same page, on that double-minded, narcissistic, hypocritical mindset that the Republicans seem to have. Like, oh well, we're gonna undo everything that Obama did. Oh we're gonna ruin his legacy. Oh well, let me tell you something. They got plenty of papers and everything that Obama did documented, just like they're going to be documenting everything that Trump said. All his tweets are now, presidential tweets, because he's the freaking president. He might not act like a president. He might act. I still think he act like a played out trick that's getting embezzled by some John. And I say that John is Putin. Putin bragging about they got the best prostitutes in Russia. Really? I thought your school systems was better than just whip out something that could fuck. Cause I got news for But I mean, I don't know what's Putin's daughter doing. I know she was at one of the gymnasts. She like she could do she like she do a mean split on a D. You know what I mean? But that's all they raised her for. Like, what type of job you gonna get as a gymnast? You know, They- and they got all these wonderful gymnasts and all these people that they push steroids on to go to the Olympics. What are we gonna do with these now? But I think that in the following weeks, even uh, um, uh, Russia and North Korea and China are going are getting together with Trump because they have dealings. But matter of fact, Putin's supposed to be coming here in not too long. Oh no, Trump is going to meet with Putin at the G20. I forget. Is that what it's called? It's a G20 or G something or other number. Well, anyway, they're going to be meeting. So we'll see how that goes. Cause like I don't know, and maybe Putin don't need that fool. Uh, I mean, and so far the Republicans have been doing exactly what China and Russia wants them to do, which that is to destabilize the United States, and they're not going to have a problem attacking American citizens, especially using the race card, especially using. They already know with the courts because like most the Chinese and Russia got a lot of money into our private industry. You know, let's lock up America. You know, I don't hear them talking about let's lock up all these white heroin addicts. They got black and everybody else. In the world. Heroin is like very known all globally. So, but it's more pronounced now in the Caucasian sector because Caucasian and black people they always want to be different. So, and so white people always want to act smarter. Like when everybody was doing crack in the black neighborhood, they were doing crystal meth because they were smarter because they could go steal the stuff out of the stores. And they could make it up themselves. I don't know what make a person look crazy or crack or crystal meth. I think that crystal meth was a lot worse. So then they even smarter because they could just go back and forth to the doctor and get all the pain pills they want. It's like I remember that time when some these undercover cops bother me all the time, right? I'm getting high blood pressure pills. They're like going on about like people selling pills. People selling pills. Because I went and over pain I had, but he's gonna give me a whole bunch of fucking I don't know type of pain pills. So I'm like, take this pain pills back, and I went over to the clinic over there, so I could just like they were listening to the clip. That's why two like there's two clinics here I cannot go to because like the police was interfering with my service and the doctors have made a hypocritical oath not to do any harm. And the police, they do a lot of harm and a lot of damage in our black community because of their type of disrespect, prejudice, and racist activities in their behavior, um, in the way they interact with the community. Either they come off to me like pedophiles, and we want to play with your kids. Fuck one person want to play with my kids. I wish you would. I don't give a fuck what your job title is. You wouldn't fill out an application like everybody else in this capitalist society did to get that damn job. But anyway, so the way the police interact with the community uh, causes even on mostly on an unconscious level not to trust and not to have any respect. Well, on a conscious level, you just can't respect anybody that doesn't do that. Like the police always asking for respect, and I was brought up like if you gotta ask for it, it means you didn't earn it. I've been places where I was very surprised where a couple people are like, oh, we really respect you. I'm like, what did I do? They're like, it's all the stuff you know. I'm like, all the stuff that you do. But that's only because I love me. And and I think that like with the police problem, they just really are going to be on the front line of hoping to destroy our Constitution by violating our civil rights and our constitutional rights. They're going to use the Supreme Court, that one new guy that Trump put in there, to help violate, because he has a type of thinking that uh, that is more narcissistic and racist, you know, um, and I guess they eat greedy. Um, so he's easily manipulated and used, and and he's like that's like Russia and China's favorite type, the one that doesn't know that him like I'm anti-government, government's too big, or they need a harsher time. They don't know that they're playing into the propaganda that help destroy the base of America. You know, um, if they don't, I still think this is just my opinion that the Russians are still hacking our election. That's why we're still having Russians, Republicans, still winning in such a toxic environment that's been created by Trump and his conclusion with the Russian in stealing the White House um, election, stealing election, and then they also have something. They're somehow hacking the stock market. I think this was all put in place during the Bush administration, uh, um, uh, and, after the couple of visits that they had with China, one where Bush went to China and he had that famous dinner where he passed out, and I think that's where the Chinese did their abracadabra, you know, um, Jedi mind trick. Because the Chinese they're educating their kids and they're feeding their kids really good. So uh, white America don't stand a chance. They'll just wrap these little racist people around their finger. Because the Chinese don't like the white folks, like the same way white folks don't like black folks. Like those supreme groups, how they think blacks are superior, uh, they're insuperior, and if we were so not superior to you whites, why you have to take music, art, and destroy our school system? With using the tax base. You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all gotta work so hard to keep us down if we're in superior? And why is your working so hard making the United States look like it's crumbling? You know, you know what I'm saying? We could have a great train system, but like got to destroy the train system so everybody will fly in the plane. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of logic racists have. You got to destroy and kill something for their shit to work, or lock it up. You can see with the nature, if they're not destroying nature, they're rounding up the animals in nature and locking them up in their zoo jails, and have little kids walk by so they think that this is acceptable to treat living creatures like that, to treat mammals like that. The treat what these Christians say, what God made. You're disrespecting God. And Trump ain't nothing but a bully ass, punk ass, played out trick.